Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here in the Fuzzy Biker Garage, and I want to introduce you all to my new best friend. That is my Royal Enfield Himalayan 452. Check that hot rod out. Still covered in Colorado dirt. I've got about 7,600 miles on that hot rod already. Just came back from a 2,100 mile 6-day trip to Colorado where we had all kinds of fun, beat a yard. We went over a dozen passes, I think it was a dozen passes actually. Mountain passes, and just gravel roads, dirt roads, sand, pavement. One morning we left, we were in Frisco, we left on Interstate I-70, we got on 2-lane blacktops, we did gravel, we did, ended up on rock, and every surface you can imagine all in one day. And you know, this bike did all of that. You know, this bike will go, it'll crawl through a river, which we did 2 or 3 times. And it'll also go down the interstate at, 90 miles an hour, keeping up with traffic. So, it's just an incredibly capable machine. This was my old favorite bike. This is my old Royal Enfield La Rosa 411. And it did everything except go fast. And this new one over here, it will go fast. I mean, it just... You keep up with everything with this one and lead the pack as far as that goes. We drove out to Colorado. I had a friend of mine on his Tiger. I led the whole way, he followed, so I was chased by a Tiger all the way out there. Anyway, it's just been an absolute dream of a bike, and I'm just totally in love with it. I'm hoping I can get into Baxter Cycle today. I don't know if they have room. I haven't talked to them since I've been back, but if they have room on one of their lifts, I'd like to put this on there. I need to check my valves, do oil change again, be another oil change. I'm going to look at this back tire. I'll show you that. So this is the stock Seat. And look at that. It's still, that's still a viable tire. That's still well within limits, but I've got a couple 1,000-mile trip planned over the next few days, or maybe next weekend, if I can get the bike maintained. We'll check the brakes. The brakes on this thing are just superb, absolutely superb. 320 millimeter disc on the front now versus the 300 on the old one. Look at all that Colorado dirt, by golly. Something interesting was the chain. I'll show you that. So 7,600 miles, and it finally needs adjusting. I kept it lubed. We lubed it almost every day. And, it's just performing beautifully. Look at all that crud. My gosh, guy needs to wash this thing, right? Other little tidbits that you might care about are, I did use the USB-C to charge phones and GoPros, and boy, was it a quick charge. We did a Old Monarch Pass, which was about 8 or 9 miles of gravel up road, switchback, and then we went over Cottonwood Pass at high speeds, and my mirrors in both cases vibrated up. It was the only time it's done that, and they wouldn't come back to where they were supposed to be afterwards. And what happened is, talking to a friend of mine who owns BMWs, he said, well, maybe the whole thing moved, and that's what I think happened. So I moved these back, and then everything's back, and everything's fine back in the world. Now, my friend who was riding with me did not have the same problem. He was on a Himalayan much like this one. He had, a 452 just like this one. So my license plate fell off, or started falling off, tried to. Just all kinds of neat things, this bike This has got to be the best all-around ADV, and I'm going to tell you why I think that. It's got all the capabilities of virtually any ADV out there, and it's a third the price. And one of the big things, I've been riding with people before. They're on very nice, incredibly capable machines, and we'll get somewhere and they'll say, "I'm not taking my bike on that," or they'll, even better, "I can't ride today because it's raining," and their machines are so beautiful and so fancy and blah, 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 and expensive that they don't want to damage them. And I get that. Well, this machine is every bit as capable and durable and rugged and tough. It's got a 3-year unlimited mile warranty, and it costs $5,800 plus a $500 destination fee. That's at Baxter Cycle, baxtercycle.com. And that makes it, that's a feature. That's literally a feature. That's like having a great suspension or a powerful engine or good handling. That is literally a feature of the motorcycle. And I can't emphasize that enough because, and that was one of the big things about that bike when I bought it. Right before I bought that bike, I tried the 411. I tried to buy one of those super ADVs, and I got in an argument with the dealer at that. I don't want to mention names, but So I ended up buying this one from Baxter Cycle. By the way, the dealer walked in, asked them what they wanted. They told me, asked for it in writing, came back the next day, paid them, and everything was done. You know, it was literally that simple. But anyways, it says, you know, that's a feature of a motorcycle. It's literally a feature, is the value per dollar and the amount of fun you can have, you know, on the bike. What else have I got on here? Yeah, I talked about the oil changes and all that neat stuff. I made a bunch of videos while I was out in Colorado, and I posted a bunch of videos. I hope you all enjoyed that, and hope I'm not overwhelming your YouTube. But I thought I had 4 left to go when I got home, and I knew this before I got home, but I learned a lot about GoPro equipment and the rugged Colorado. So this bike's been to 10 states, and I shot a lot of video, which I thought was pretty good. I go to Colorado, and guess what? I'm losing cameras. Things are coming unplugged. I lost microphones. That pogoing up and down and that rough Colorado BDR stuff, it was very hard on equipment, and so I didn't get quite all the video I want, and we'll do something about that. What I have done though is I've learned that I need to do something about equipment, and I've done a little bit of research, and I've ordered equipment. So hopefully in the future we can do something better for y'all, and that should be happening pretty quick. In the future, I've got like I said, maybe I mentioned it already. I'm going to go on I want to go on the Trail of Tears ride in Alabama this coming weekend. I think that's the 21st. And if I get the bike maintained, I'll get that done. I'm going to do a 8,000, maybe it'll be a 9,000 mile review by the time I get it done. I've been working on a comprehensive review of literally every system of the motorcycle, and we'll talk about the suspension and engine and handling, and we'll talk about the whole thing. And that's coming up hopefully this weekend. I'll try to have that out by this weekend. I got a lot to say about this bike. I don't know if it's clear, and I know I'm a fanboy, but I am thoroughly impressed with this bike. I have just had a ball on it, and I can't, you know, this bike is 7,600 miles of rugged, you know, I've done it all. I did a 1,000-mile day ride. I'm pretty proud of that, apparently. I did 1,030 miles in 16 hours and 1 minute on that bike, you know, and I mean, then I went through Colorado BDRing, you know, we took it through some water crossings, you know, knee-deep water, and I mean, it's just done it all. I'm pretty darn proud of it. Now, if y'all are interested in a motorcycle like this, a near used Royal Enfield Triumph Classic British bike of any type, need parts, gear, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, jackets. Beautiful. I wore my beautiful Nervik jacket the whole time out there. It was just great. Gloves, helmets. I wore my Shoei helmet. My Neotech 2, I think it's called. Just love that thing. That made the trip, by the way. Not to throw in all this stuff like that. If you need any of that stuff at all, get yourself over to Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell those fine folks that Fuzzy Biker sent you. They ship motorcycles. They ship everything. They also ship motorcycles almost everywhere in the country. So give those guys a call if you're in the market for something like that. Hit like and subscribe if you would. This is really serious part. I really appreciate y'all. You guys have made this so much fun. When you watch the videos and then comment, it warms my heart, and I really appreciate that. That's warms my heart. How's that? Anyway, no, I love hearing from y'all. And anyway, it's a beautiful day out there. I'd like to tell you I'm going to go on a long ride today, but I'm going to go on a short ride and hopefully do a bunch of motorcycle work. Life is good, my friends. Get out there and ride. Wahoo!
I did have a hamburger for supper last night.